There's something about the mountains that inspire fatherhood. Maybe it's the idea of there being miles and miles of untouched land ready to be explored. Maybe it's because it harkens to a day before the world was loud and busy, when all a father and a son needed to bond was a warm conversation and a spirit of adventure. In the mountains, every rocky stream seems to be ready to be walked across. Every path seems ready to be hiked, and the destination itself doesn't seem to matter. The journey is enough. Because within the journey is a chance to grow, a chance to teach, a chance to remember the past, and a chance to make each present moment into a brand new memory to be cherished. I grew up coming to these mountains. We'd often take family trips in the comfort of our small camper. We'd bring bikes and we'd ride them in the day and enjoy the fire by night. But the times that I remember the most fondly were the times when my father or my grandfather brought me by myself. With nothing but time and adventure awaiting us, we would journey out into the mountain, a tradition I hope to pass along to my own sons for generations to come. And so this fall, just as the leaves were changing colors, I was filled with nostalgia and excitement as I took my own son on his very first trip to the mountain of my fathers. What do you think, dude? You excited? Mm-hmm. Where are we going? Mountain. Yeah, dude. Let me help you buckle up. Me and my son are about to go on a father and son trip to the mountains. We're gonna camp, we're gonna fish, and most importantly, just spend some time together. So our journey starts in Greenville, North Carolina, and we are heading to just outside of Blowing Rock, North Carolina, to a campground up there. I'm camping on the lake, river on one side, lake on the other side, fishing, hiking, camping, fire, father and son time. There are two types of trips. There's the kind where you plan out every detail, and then there's the kind where you just get in the car and see where the road takes you. This trip was that kind. We stopped at every overlook off of the Blue Ridge Parkway just to look out at the tapestry before our eyes. I'll never forget the awe and wonder in my son's eyes as he saw it for the very first time, the mountain of my childhood memories. After trying our luck at 4 different campgrounds, we finally found a spot to camp. So we set up the tent. We took in the beauty that surrounded us, and we decided to try and fish for the evening. You a little bit cold? Come on, let's go, dude. Let's catch some fish. And while we didn't have any luck fishing, we found pleasure in smaller things, like the first sip of a cold can of Coke, or a rock to climb and jump off of. As the sun started to show signs of disappearing, I taught my son to build a fire. He happily took the role of master gatherer of sticks and leaves.
That is the steamiest thing I've ever seen. The steamiest.
Yep, there we go. We got the smoke going. So now it'll start to smoke and smoke. All right, so we just got a fire going, and the plan tonight was to, at our original campsite we were trying, there's a river that runs through it that is full of trout. And so our plan was to catch a trout and cook it for dinner tonight. But the campsite that we're at now doesn't have that river. It had a little fishing pond. We tried to fish in it. We didn't catch anything. So this is our backup plan. Adventure meals, rice and chicken. We're gonna cook this bad boy over the fire. All you have to do is heat up some water, pour it in here, and we'll have some rice and chicken. And then sit by the fire, have some father and son conversation, and then call it a night. Oh.
Better be careful, because that's a heavy water.
Stick this right in here. Come here, dude. I'll show you how to make this. So first, you just gotta pull off the top.
Yeah, I know.
Our water's done boiling. So we're gonna take our water, flip the lid on it, pour it in.
And let it go up.
So now,
Get the chicken out and put it on the plate and then eat it.
and eat it. All right, dude. I'm gonna make your plate first.
Okay. Oh, babe. Wow. I see a lot of vegetables in it. So it's
Yep.
just rice.
Chicken and vegetables and rice. Chicken noodle soup kind of feeling
This can be
thing.
my little table. Right next to your seat.
Is that gonna be your little table?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds good, dude. Here, I'll sit across from you.
Yummy.
Is it good?
Yeah.
Good, I'm glad you like it.
It's the best chicken and vegetables and rice ever.
Yeah. It is pretty good, dude. I'm not sure what exactly it was that made this dinner so special, but it reminded me of the feeling I had when I was a boy, riding on these very roads with my grandpa. Whenever he'd look at me, it was like I knew that I was enough. He didn't expect anything from me. He was simply content to be in my company. This time, I was the father figure, and I hoped more than anything that my son felt the same way. As the sun found its resting place on the other side of the mountain, we braced ourselves for a cold night. It seemed like we would even feel the crisp breeze through the fabric walls of our tent. But we quickly drifted off in our sleeping bag, knowing and trusting that we would keep each other warm for the night. Some mornings are just too cold to cook breakfast outside, especially for a 5-year-old. So Isaiah waited in the warm car while I tore down camp, and as we headed out for a full day of adventuring, we first took a 30-minute pit stop to the one place we knew would have something warm and edible. After that, we hit the road to get lost on the mountainside wilderness. Alright, we found a stream here, and it's got a little rooster tail. Let's see if we can catch some fish. Go under it, dude.
How are you gonna get across?
I'm gonna go over.
How long
You wanna walk across? Yeah, I'll help you across. Hold on a second. Let me get across myself. And I'll help you. We can get a good picture on that rock.
Yeah. That would be the best place to get a picture ever.
Now, I'm gonna show you how to do it. Step onto that rock right there. Step all the way across. Good. Now stay right there. Step to the next rock. Good. Good. Is it a little slippery? Okay. Boom.
Yeah. Now you need to get the fishing rods.
Yeah, I don't think there's any fish in here, bud. I'm convinced that even from early childhood, every boy wants to hike. Many sports and activities that we fill our lives with often come with an unspoken set of expectations, but with hiking, there is freedom without pressure. The only thing required is to keep moving forward, feet on the ground, eyes towards the unknown, and ever so often, you find yourself discovering something breathtaking beyond belief. The calm of a solitary lake surrounded by a skyline of rolling peaks. The long-awaited fish you've been searching for on the end of your line. Or the sound of a stream that's been flowing long before you were born and will continue flowing long after you leave this earth. In a way, this is the woo that the mountains have over us. They beckon for us to step into something much older and much bigger than ourselves. They beckon for us to step into memory, into appreciation, into excitement, and into vastness. Because when we do, we find ourselves part of an adventure that we and those we love will forever hold dear. So with our feet in the dirt, with our countenance looking upward, we will keep coming back, year after year, to the intersection of fatherhood, faith, and the majestic beauty of the unknown.